Hey, what's going on, Z Nation? Zaid here, ZSPN, and welcome to the Lakers post-game show on ZSPN. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Chicago Bulls tonight. I just had to say this right now. It was already a blowout game since the second quarter, okay? It was, or you can make the argument, maybe the first quarter, because the way the Lakers played tonight was on a offensive attack. And let's just say, the Chicago Bulls are not really a good team themselves, okay? They basically are one of the worst teams in the Eastern Conference. So it was all supposed to be an easy win for the Los Angeles Lakers. So I just want to give you guys my thoughts and my opinions about the players tonight, how they played, and the more of the expectations for the Lakers moving forward into the NBA season. So without further ado, guys, let's just get right into it. So guys, with this win, the Los Angeles Lakers are now 13 wins into the NBA season with 4 losses. I believe right now they are clinching the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. It's kind of a back and forth type of situation with the LA Clippers and I believe the Utah Jazz. So it's kind of an up and down type of situation of how certain respected teams that are doing pretty well in this season alongside the Los Angeles Lakers, of how wins and losses are just catching up to them when it comes to this season so far. And so far the Lakers are doing pretty well for themselves. With 13 wins and 4 losses, it just shows that the Lakers' task at hand is to not just keep on winning wins, getting wins under their belt, but to reach the playoffs and to reach the finals. And at the same time, the goal in mind is to win a championship and going for a repeat as the champs that they are. So, so far the Lakers do pretty good for themselves. They got a win over the Chicago Bulls. Leading the way was Anthony Davis playing against his home city of Chicago, going for 37 points, leading the Lakers all the way from the first and second quarter and a little bit from the, the third quarter, because I believe the fourth quarter, the starters did not play whatsoever. I might be mistaken, but it kind of looked that way because, it was a blowout game for the Los Angeles Lakers. They just came to play when it came to facing, like I said in the beginning of this video, one of the worst teams in the Eastern Conference out of some of them. But it was just an easy win under their belt for the Los Angeles Lakers, with AD leading the way for the Los Angeles Lakers with 37 points. So, it was just the offensive attack. I mean, it was just sensational across the board, and Anthony Davis was the leading force of that. So great job out there for AD. And then you have LeBron James. LeBron James had, I believe, 17 points, and I think he had 11 rebounds. He was the main focal point for the Lakers when it came to rebounding the ball, and at the same time, the offense. He was playing very well in the first quarter with the offensive attack going into the second, and that was just basically the headline for the Los Angeles Lakers, going for the offensive end of the ball. And at the same time, there was just not a lot of defense being played because of how poorly the Chicago Bulls were playing. That's why it didn't really look like the Lakers were playing very well on the defensive side. But you can give a lot of credit to Marc Gasol. Even though he did not score any points, I think he had 4 rebounds and I think 3 blocks on his end. So the blocking side for the Los Angeles Lakers was very out there for the Los Angeles Lakers, but give a lot of credit to Marc Gasol for playing some defense out there for the Los Angeles Lakers. But in general, it was more of the offensive side that the Lakers were playing very well at instead of defensively because of who they were playing against. So, a solid performance for LeBron James. And I believe Dennis Schroeder, I think he had 9 points out there, and KCP, I think he had 5 points, but their efforts were not really needed in this particular win for the Los Angeles Lakers because of the greatness of Anthony Davis and LeBron James. They were basically the top two players that really won us the game in against the poor Chicago Bulls team. Because of their efforts, it was just an easy win for the Los Angeles Lakers to take over. So great job for that sort of aspect of the game. When it comes to the bench, like I said, their efforts were not really that needed in a sense. I mean, I'm not trying to say some of the players did not really need to step up because of who they were playing against. I mean, in general, if they were playing the worst team in the NBA, their efforts need to be shown across the board. You should not always rely on Anthony Davis and LeBron James to really lead this team into wins. I mean, it's a team effort in general. So I don't want to put it out there that just because the Lakers won a game without the efforts of the others, it just doesn't roll with me when it comes to teamwork. So, but we have to give some credit to the bench as well. Montrezl Harrell, I believe, last time I checked, I think he had 10 points, but it was like, because by the time I recorded this video right now, the Lakers were just still playing, but it was like 2 minutes left. So, and plus it was just already a blowout win in general for the Lakers. So their efforts were out there. So great job for Montrezl Harrell. Wesley Matthews also stepped up for the Lakers as well. And who else? I'm probably missing somebody. THT. I believe it was THT, not Wesley Matthews. It was THT who really stepped up for the Lakers as well. Played also against his home city of Chicago, same as Anthony Davis. He stepped up out there for the Lakers, playing against his city of Chicago. I believe, I might be wrong. I think he had 5 points. Maybe it was 10 points. I might be mistaken with Wesley Matthews, but either way, in the first and second quarter, we saw some efforts from THT where he just stepped up and showed his presence out there really against the Chicago Bulls in the city of Chicago. So it was a great effort from THT. I want to really say that Frank Vogel should really put THT more often on the court to see how or give him in the sense of giving him more minutes. I mean, I really want to see more out of THT, of his presence on the court more often, and hopefully, Frank Vogel does that in the near future. So that's all I really have to say, guys. This is going to be a short video. I mean, it was a offensive great attack for the Los Angeles Lakers against the Chicago Bulls. The Chicago Bulls, like I said, they weren't a really challenging type of team for the Lakers in general. So it was just supposed to be an easy win for the Los Angeles Lakers. And I hate to bring this up, but, it was kind of a situation that the Lakers had against the Golden State Warriors at one point. But instead of this game, that particular game against the Warriors, the game really got away for the Lakers because they just basically were just making turnovers and just allowing Steph Curry and Draymond Green to take advantage of the opportunity and just score against the Los Angeles Lakers. But this time around, the Lakers just, at any given moment, they just wanted to score and bring that offense against the Chicago Bulls. So, guys, please comment down below, like, subscribe to the channel, share my videos, and please give me your thoughts about tonight's game against the Lakers win against the Chicago Bulls. Who was the player that really stepped up to you in your eyes? Was it Anthony Davis? Was it LeBron James? THT, Montrez, or do you think maybe it was somebody else that I did not bring up that showed his presence out there? I think Alex Caruso at one point showed his presence out there, shooting some threes at one point that really just really showed his presence out there on the offensive side when it came to the Los Angeles Lakers. But if you have anybody in mind that you really think that stepped up out there, please comment down below. And guys, give me your thoughts about the Lakers so far going through the season with 13 wins and 4 losses. Do you think this momentum that they have is going to continue on? Or do you think maybe once February hits, maybe there should be some changes, maybe get another big man? That's still on the back of most Laker fans' mind, and maybe at the same time the organization when it comes to bigger players being added on to the Los Angeles Lakers. That's still the mindset, and there's still that one last roster spot that the Lakers could potentially use when it comes to getting possibly another big man, maybe getting another shooter. I mean, there's a lot of varieties that the Lakers could look at that particular position. But yeah, that's all I really had to say, guys. Please comment down below, like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure to like all my social media sites, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'll leave the links to my social media site in the description of this video so you guys can check out my social media sites. And of course, subscribe to the channel, share my videos, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Go Lakers. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe out there.